Application of this section is misplaced, my lord. It will only be applicable if it is at the instance of the court to recall a witness in order to re-examine or for whatever reason the court may decide. After the state has decided or after the state has observed that there are discrepancies in the state case, the state now wants to recall the evidence. So the state now wants to recall the witness who has already testified. My lord, I want to remind this court that the same state has submitted before this court that Colonel Steyn is no longer available. He went on retirement. And Lieutenant Colonel Hose was called to come and testify or lead evidence, take over the work which had been done by Colonel Steyn because of his unavailability.
Did the state ever say that Colonel Steyn is no longer available?
My lord, that was the reasons that were advanced when Lieutenant Colonel Hose was called.
But now the state is saying Colonel Steyn
is now available.
And they've spoken to Steyn according to them, but last week they say he was sick. I don't know if it's the position.
Yes, whatever, my lord. But the gist of my submission, my lord, is that the state now is saying Colonel Steyn is now available.
I'll see.
Yes, my lord. Surprisingly. My lord? I have heard the submissions made by the state and the engagements and sentiments raised by his lordship in this case. However, I want to bring it to the attention of the court that as much as the court may be inclined in granting the state's application.
How do you know that?
My lord, I'm just making...
Yeah, but how do you know that? Otherwise, why should I listen to argument? If I'm inclined to grant the application, I mean, it's simple.
My lord, that's what I'm saying in the event.
No.
In the event.
Are you saying I've prejudged this? Please, let's not make such allegations.
My lord, I'm not saying the court has already granted. I'm saying in the event that the court is inclined to grant the application by the state. Yes. My submission is that the constitutional right of the accused will be violated. Constitutional right of the accused to a fair trial will be violated by the granting of that application for the recalling of the witness, Colonel Steyn, on the following reasons, my lord, why it will be unfair. I will go step by step, my lord, from the heads of the arguments submitted by the state so that I unpack clearly each and every point of the unfairness and the extent of prejudice that is going to be caused. Paragraph 1.2, my lord, of the introduction in the state submissions reads as follows. The reason for the application to recall Lieutenant Colonel Steyn is to clarify only two aspects that appear on page 23, 26, and 27 of his affidavit. My lord, the witness is recalled not to come and lead new evidence, but is recalled to come and rectify his own affidavit, to come and rectify his own evidence, my lord, because Colonel Steyn has already testified. The question is, my lord, why, if this clarity the state that wants to sort now, why this clarity was not sought at that stage when Colonel Steyn testified? Because the discrepancies that Colonel Steyn is now called to come and clarify is the discrepancies on the state case between the evidence of Colonel Steyn and evidence of Ms. Pinky Vitilingan from Vodacom. if I read correctly, this paragraph, my Lord, paragraph 1.2, because it's referring to exhibit 0.1, which is the evidence of Colonel Steyn, and I have raised and taken the evidence on and I've taken the witness on the discrepancies between these two exhibits. The state further, my Lord, on the same paragraph.
Sorry, just before you go there.
Oh, sorry.
What is an AMA?
And?
AMA.
Sorry, my Lord, where is that?
Yeah, just hang on. AMB notebook, case data. AMB notebook, case data. Have you ever heard of that? Hello?
No, my Lord.
You've never heard of that?
No.
Let me show you what this guy says. Steyn. If you go, yes, let's go to point 1.5. Sorry, 1.6
yes.
On page 2. This is what the state says. The role of Lieutenant Colonel Steyn as an analyst might have been misconceived. He testifies as follows in cross-examination by Advocate Mshololo on the question as to how he established that the various members that he mentions in the affidavit as being associated with accused number 5. He says, that is correct, but also I can also mention after I received the information from Brigadier Pinanda, I threw it into the AMB notebook data case. Yes. And then the linkages come with the section 205s and the cell phone downwards. That's what Steyn says. And we don't understand what is AMB. That's what he says, this guy. He says he juggles a system, throws whatever information he wants, and that information throws out some of these numbers. It's not me saying that. Did you read this?
Yes, my Lord. I have.
That's it. That's what he says. He says, I can also mention that I received the information from Ginanda. I throw it into the AMB notebook database, and then the linkages come with the section 205s and the cell phone downwards.
Yes.
That's what he says.
My Lord, if Colonel Steyn has testified and responded, like the court has just referred me in paragraph 1.6,
okay.
Why is it necessary to recall Steyn?
Hello?
Why is it necessary to recall Steyn?
No,
because he has already,
what Steyn says.
Because he has already mentioned the process that he engaged.
Apparently the state doesn't understand that process.
If the state does not understand that process...
Do you understand that process?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fine, no problem.
I do.
Let's continue, no problem.
Thank you, my Lord. Can I proceed with my line
of... Yes.
Thank you, my Lord. I was still on paragraph 1.2, my Lord. And the state says on the second page, my Lord, wherein she sets out the transactions for 2nd of August 2014 at 2240 minutes 40 seconds, and on 15 October, those are the two transactions that are in issue, my Lord, and calls received from other parties. Colonel Steyn locates, my Lord, the two calls by accused number 5 to Ms. Kelly Khumalo at the same time as those reflected in section 205 as testified by Ms. Vithlingam. I'm reading the heads of the states as they are, my Lord. Then my response to this, my Lord, is that Ms. Vithlingam, in his affidavit, raised a contradiction to the evidence of Colonel Steyn in respect of these two transactions, my lord. And the explanations have been given by both witnesses respectively, my lord, without repeating their evidence, Colonel Steyn and Ms. Vithlingam from Vodacom Shop, regarding the two transactions, my lord, which are in dispute or are in issue at this point. In other words, a clear contradiction between the state case has been identified and displayed during the cross-examination. During re-examination, this issue was not raised, and now the state wants to recall the witness to come and clarify a material contradiction which has been displayed before this trial. My lord, it has been conceived, or it has been perceived, that accused number 5 had called the number belonging to Ms. Kelly Khumalo, according to Colonel Steyn's evidence. And according to Ms. Vithlingam from Vodacom, she said she cannot confirm that they do not have such records in Vodacom, and further revealed, my lord, a PDF format of Section 205, wherein she said she can only comment on that PDF document of Section 205 rather than that of an Excel which was revealed by the state, furnished by the state to the defense.
Was it not utilized by Colonel Steyn, this Excel program?
My lord, we think it was used by Colonel Steyn, the Excel one. But we heard for the first time from Ms. Vithlingam, yes, that's not the document they have furnished to Colonel or to the police. Again, let me say to the state, my lord.
Yes, fine. She says she never finished that. She finished the PDF.
Yes, the PDF. So
And her evidence also was that she doesn't know how Steyn juggles up this Excel program,
yes.
and then conjures up the numbers which are alleged to be fraudulent. She doesn't know. She can't explain it,
Yes.
because she didn't use that system.
Yes. 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 So it means Colonel Steyn produced a fraudulent document before this court,
No. How can you say that?
of which you don't know how was
We
it.
don't know how Steyn produced it. Nobody knows. It's even you. You don't know.
Yes, my lord.
Nobody knows how an Excel system, I don't know how an Excel system works after it extracts
Yeah.
information from a PDF. I don't know.
Yes, my lord. Whether we cannot be able to make submission that it was a fraudulent Section 205 record, but it had been changed. It is not original as it was sent by Ms. Vithlingam to the state.
We don't know.
As the court pleases.
No, it's not me saying that. Holmes, for instance, remember Holmes came to this court and gave evidence and told us that when he uses a certain system, the numbers don't get filtrated into the next page. You remember him saying that?
Yes, my lord.
That's it. He explained. Because I think it's Mr. Mnisi.
That's unlawful what he did. He was not supposed to change those numbers.
But you're not listening to what I'm saying. Mr. Mnisi apparently, I think, asked him a question. Why there appears to be a gap between these numbers on page 7, for instance?
Yes.
Halfway, the information which is contained is not similar to the one which is contained on the other page. And he says when he was working with these figures, some of them get printed out, some of them don't get filtrated into the next page. That's how he said.
Then, my lord.
And that for me and you was an explanation which we did not know.
Then if that explanation, my lord, has been accepted by this court.
No, I've never accepted any explanation. I have not yet even started going over the evidence.
Yes, my lord.
I've never.
My lord, maybe if I can just rephrase to say, if Colonel House has given that explanation
That's
before
it.
this court, my
Yeah.
lord, then what is the need then again, on top of that explanation, to recall Colonel Steyn.
No,
to
no,
come
these are
and
two
give-
different concepts.
As the court pleases, my lord.
Two different concepts. Steyn's evidence pertains to two numbers, one in October, one in August. Communication allegedly between accused number 5
Yes.
and Kelly.
But the gist
And
of the
then,
matter,
wait,
my
wait,
lord,
wait.
is the
No,
contradiction.
why people don't want to listen? You're talking about two different concepts.
As the court pleases, my lord.
Holmes never came with an evidence that he personally checked the communication between accused number 5 and Kelly. Holmes says he got that information from the document which was prepared by Steyn.
My
And he
lord, my lord,
took it as it was.
Can I just
Yes.
proceed with the line of my submission so that I don't get distracted on the way?
This court doesn't want to get distracted. I want to follow every argument. I'm not the type of judge who sits, and when I don't follow, I say, yeah.
The
yeah,
problem
yeah.
is when I'm jumping all over my submissions, my lord, I get distracted.
I see. Okay.
Thank you. The next point, my lord, on paragraph 1.5 of the state hates, it says, this is the reason why this application is being brought in order for Colonel Steyn to come and clarify the nature of these two calls that accused 5 is said to have made to Ms. Kelly Khumalo as to whether they were made using data internet, whether they form part of incoming and outgoing call data, in brackets, AMA, in capital letters, my lord, data. My lord, when Colonel Steyn was testifying, he made it clear without any hesitation that the nature of the transaction that was made between the call, between these two, on these two calls, it was a call, not whether it was a data or internet or whether any form part of incoming and outgoing call data. It was made clear that accused number 5 called the number used by Kelly Khumalo. That's the evidence that I can show before this court under the evidence of Colonel Steyn, my lord. And the explanation or clarity on these transactions, on these two transactions, my lord, was given by Ms. Vitlingan, who confirmed the nature of the transactions that were made from the cell phone of Ms. to the cell phone of Ms. Kelly Khumalo. That they were incoming calls to the cell phone of Ms. Kelly Khumalo. That evidence was tendered and is clear before this court, my lord. So there is no need of recalling Colonel Steyn to come and repeat what has already been placed by Ms. Vitlingan from Vodacom shop. That's my submission, my lord.
But Ms. Vitlingan did not prepare the Excel notebook.
Yes, my lord.
Her evidence is very clear. The PDF information which comes from the internet onto our server
Yes.
is immutable. It cannot be changed. That's her evidence.
Yes, my lord.
And now I am surprised that there is an allegation that this information which emanates from the PDF finds its way into the Excel program. But when you investigate the Excel program, you find that these two numbers are different, or this information, as Mr. Nisi put it, they materially differ from the PDF numbers. That's the evidence I'm listening to.
Yes.
And Ms. Pinky Whittingham says she cannot explain that because she never worked with the PDF.
Yes.
I mean, with the Excel.
Yes, my lord. But the point
Okay, fine, you've heard me. You can go ahead.
the point I'm bringing to the attention of the court, my lord, is that this witness is being called to come and clarify the nature of these two calls. that accused number 5 is said to have made to Ms. Kelly. My Lord, my submission is that Ms. Vitilingan has clarified from the PDF section 205 record the nature of these two calls.
They are not similar. Mr. Mnisi, you can ask him. He calls them materially different. They are not similar.
But my Lord, Ms. Vitilingan has explained on the nature of these calls.
Yeah, okay, you can go ahead.
Yes, he has explained on the nature of these calls, my Lord. It's
Of,
not that
of different numbers, ne?
of different numbers.
That's
yes,
it. Which are different from the PDF.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes, my Lord. And then point number 4, the role of Lieutenant Kenneth Steyn as an analyst may have been misconceived. He testifies as follows in cross-examination, but I'm interested in the answer, my Lord, which says, that is correct, but also I can also mention that I have received information from Brigadier Gininda. I throw it into the AMB notebook database, and then the linkages come with the section 205s. Then the problem, my Lord, we are sitting in this trial, is that we have two different section 205 records. The one from the service provider and the one from the police, respectively, my Lord.
No, police don't have 205. The police rejig the 205 matter into a system called Excel. The
Yes.
police don't control any telephone calls. They are not privy or subject to the internet.
Yes, my Lord.
It's only Vodacom which does that in terms of Section 15 of the Monitoring Communications Act. The police get everything from Vodacom, like Ms. Pinky was testifying to. And that the access mechanism is to get certain police who are senior and give them clearance certificates for them to access that information.
Exactly, my Lord. My submission is, Steyn had already given that explanation. What more is needed now?
Which explanation is that?
The one that is referred in this paragraph, my Lord,
Yeah,
I've
what
just
is-
read it
Yeah,
into
fine.
the record.
Yeah, read it.
Should I read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
The role of Lieutenant Kenneth Steyn as an analyst may have been misconceived. He testified as follows in cross-examination by Advocate Mshololo on the question as to how he established that the various numbers that he mentions in his affidavit as being associated with accused number 5. That is correct, but that is the answer, my Lord, from Kenneth Steyn. That is correct, but also I can also mention that I received the information from Brigadier Gininda. I throw it into the AMB notebook database, and then the linkages come with the section 205 and the cell phone downloads. Then my submission, my Lord, is that Kenneth Steyn has already explained, and the state has made reference to the pages on the transcript record, my Lord, of 1 August 2023, page 6, line 16 to 20. Unfortunately, I have not prepared this transcript. I was going to also read it for the court from the record. So in other words, the submission that I'm making, my Lord, is that Kenneth Steyn has already responded. He has already clarified.
And he never showed this court the AMB notebook.
He had it at that time, the AM
Is
book.
that so?
Yes, he had it at that time, the AM book. If the AM book was in his position at that particular time, and then now he is being recalled to reveal the content of the AMA book, then that's prejudicial to my client.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's unprocedural and irregular. If he is being called to come and say that, my Lord. However, I have not heard the state raising that submission. My Lord, can I move further? Thank you, my Lord. Paragraph 1.7. Also, it says, in question, as in clarification by courts, his role as an analyst became clearer when it remarked that because, like he says, when I understood him to say that the investigation is ongoing and giving him an analyst some of the downloads, even section 205, and he used that information to try and identify the person who associated with the numbers which they found from the downloads. Who associated with numbers which they found from the downloads. Am I correct? Mr. Steyn responds, that is correct. And we are also referred to transcript record of the 1st of August 2023, page 11, lines 10 to line number 16. My Lord, I wanted to expand on this. I wanted to reflect and to refer and double check the transcript record regarding what the state has referred to in this paragraph of the heads of argument. However, I have not been given an opportunity, my Lord, because we received the heads of the arguments this morning. If I will be given the opportunity in future, I will be able to
Which future are you talking
argue
about?
on this, my
Which
Lord.
future are you talking about now?
My Lord, after I've finished my submissions,
No, if you want to go and refer, tell me that. I'll adjourn.
as the court
No person must say here he has not been given a full opportunity of laying out his or her client's case.
My
I
Lord,
don't stop people from
Lord, I'll-
educating me, for instance.
My Lord, I will appreciate if I can be given
Yes,
that
I could
opportunity.
give it to you. Well, how long do you want?
But can I proceed so long, my
No,
Lord?
no. You want to proceed or you want to check that first?
To check that record, my Lord, I don't know what is the time now.
Mr. Mnisi, what's the time?
It's 28 minutes to 3 o'clock, my lord. Actually, it's now 27 minutes to 3 o'clock.
27 and a half.
No, my lord.
Did you catch the joke?
My lord?
Did you catch the joke? Okay.
Yes, I did. my
Okay,
lord.
fine.
I think it's with how it hammers the state.
You watched the 100 meters yesterday.
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
I think there was robbery.
Okay, let's adjourn until tomorrow so that you check the records. I don't want everybody to say he was never given an opportunity to check the record.
Thank you, madam.
Consequently, his argument became tangential and it was not
Thank you, my Lord. The indulgence.
sequential. Is that okay, Mr.?
That's in order, my
Because I
lord.
don't know how many. I've got the record here. Yes, Mr. Muhammad. There it is. You want to see it? Rose, give Mr. Muhammad. So that she doesn't say, the judge in Amangalen. I've got the evidence of house and I've got the evidence of stain there. Give it to them. That's why I'm surprised. People come and argue about the evidence which relates to house and stain, and then, show it to Mr. Muhammad. And they don't come with a record.
My Lord, the problem I did not.
No, fine. I just want to show Mr. Muhammad.
I did not know the application. Maybe Ngumalo knew what the state was going to bring today.
Yes, the evidence of holes and stain.
Maybe they've discussed.
Do you see that, Mr. Muhammad?
Yes. I've got the record. I've seen the record.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's come back tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, my Lord.
Hey, come with my records. It will vanish just now.